Hello, everybody. Welcome to our weekly Builders team call. Um, I am so happy to have everyone here this week. I know we have several more people popping on, but as people are slowly coming onto the call, I want to just take a minute to introduce Tani. Everybody can give Tani a little wave. Tani is one of Kate's newest leaders, and we are so excited to have her just be a part of our team and to trust us in this journey. So thank you, Tani, for joining us. Hey, mommy. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Just Tani, we have a couple of routines. Please feel free to just watch, observe, do whatever makes you feel comfortable in any of this. And if at any time you want to talk or you have something to say, you could just wave at me or unmute yourself, okay? All right. So before we get started, Kanan, can we give Kanan a big silent whoop whoop? Our Merry Monarch Mama. We've missed her for 2 weeks, maybe 3, I don't know, but she's back. 3 weeks.
So happy to be back.
Are you overcoming the hangover yet or still in it pretty deep?
Lots of Mito 2 max.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody just for the echo. So let's go ahead and start with our oil protocol. So please feel free to grab the oil that is speaking to you tonight or that's nearest to you and go ahead and show everybody. This is my jam right now. Actually, I might double it up tonight. I got the Motivate and Peppermint. Okay. All right. So go ahead and apply however feels comfortable for you. My earphones are. Let's take 3 deep breaths. I'm also going to dobong it up tonight. So I've been doing this a lot at school lately. So take your palm. I don't know that I like it with Motivate. I've been doing it with Peppermint a lot. I don't know if I like it with Motivate too much. All right. So this week, I did not recruit a builder spotlight, and but I do just want to give a shout out. There's a lot of movement on our teams, to be perfectly honest, between Kate, Karani, Aisha, Keisha, and then all our larger organization. We are constantly looking for new leaders to bring on to actually fill spots for people that just the business is not where they're at right now in their lives. And so I just want to encourage you guys Beth shared about this a few weeks ago, to just constantly keep yourself open to finding new business partners. Besides Tani, the latest business partner that I met, she enrolled at a pop-up with a kids kit and a couple of oils. Next thing I know, I see her on Facebook posting, hey, I just became a member of doTERRA. Please let me know if you have any questions. And I reached out to her. Mind you, I didn't know this woman really. And I said, are you interested in sharing? And she's like, yeah, actually I am. So we just want to always remember to be open to receiving people, and then also to talk to people about the opportunity, to let them know that the opportunity exists. And I think being a leader of that opportunity is being a leader by being an example of the opportunity is really the best way to kind of pique people's interest into what you're doing and how you're being successful in your business. So couple of calls to actions. Healthy habits enrollment kit, Healthy Habits Challenge in the Facebook group. Tons of you have already commented on the welcome post. I love how much momentum it's getting already. If you haven't yet, please do so. Pretty much every day for the next 2 or 3 months until the Healthy Habits kit. Well, the Healthy Habits kit for us is the Daily Habits kit. So once we're a member, we can all buy that. And that's a regular LRP kit, okay? But the 20% promotion, the 20% off promotion, I believe ends when the Healthy Habits tour ends for, across the States and Canada. So June 27th. So between now and then, I'm going to be constantly running like a daily healthy habits challenge within our Facebook group and encouraging those people that we're inviting to join us in this health and wellness journey to take part of that. Okay. So you don't necessarily have to have the products, but I'm hoping that through the education, it will help encourage everyone to kind of get on board and at least give the Lifelong Vitality Pack a chance, because we all know, those of us that are on it, it's just the staple and foundation of our health. So just a reminder, try to be active in our groups, continue to invite. There's only 8 more days left till the Healthy Habits Tour comes to Maui. I will be presenting in both the biz section and in the product section. And so I'm super stoked to have lots of our team there. Try not to be too crazy, but I'm really glad that I will get all of the support of you at those events. So continue to invite to that. It's free. And the time is debatable, whether like the biz training time is definitely hard for people. The 7 to 9, it is a little bit later, but hopefully people can suck it up for one night and stay out a little bit past their bedtime. Kate Welch. Okay, so all right. So call to action really just focuses around the healthy habits. Remember, we still have that Lifelong Vitality giveaway in our group. This month's promotion is insane for new enrollments, because if you enroll with the Healthy Habits Kit, which is a phenomenal deal, okay, $158 gets you membership plus all of those products. I mean, even the 5 mil frankincense too is such an amazing deal. And then you place an LRP, 100 PV LRP next month, your new enrollees, they get another free Lifelong Vitality Pack. So the enrollment promo is crazy. So I think we're just going to stay the course and continue to focus on healthy habits and the Healthy Habits Kit, the Daily Habits Kit. All right. Kanan, Kate, miss anything? We good for call to action? Okay. So basically a week left to invite you guys. So let's really ramp it up this last week and try to get as many people excited and registered for healthy habits as possible. All right. A reminder, if you're not following the doTERRA podcast, it's awesome. So please do that. And I think tonight we will just move on to our topic. So we are continuing to revisit doTERRA Leadership Retreat. For those of you that don't know a lot about doTERRA Leadership Retreat, once you rank silver and above, besides the doTERRA Global Convention, which always happens in September, there's an additional retreat for silver and above leaders. So this year, Kate, Kanani, and I attended that leadership retreat, and there was just so much epicness that we've been slowly trying to roll that out to you guys. So tonight's topic is by Elise Sedavi. And I'm pretty sure, I want to double check, but I'm pretty sure if I look in the doTERRA leadership, Elise and her husband are triple diamonds. Okay. So they're the people that are all by themselves. I think it's them. I hope I'm not wrong. Let me just double check as I've scrolled through the many diamonds on this. Yes, Patrick and Elise Sedavi have their own section in the doTERRA leadership recognition page. They are the only triple diamonds, which means that they have not built one diamond organization. Oh, no. They have not built 2 diamond organizations. They have built 3 diamond organizations. Okay, so That's basically, they are three of me. Okay. And that's a pretty amazing feat in this business. And so Elise's topic focused on daily habits that create massive impact. And so she talked about three things she talked about three things, but I'm definitely going to weave in what we focus on this team, which is pipes and DMO. So for those of you that aren't familiar with pipes, this is the idea of preparing, inviting, presenting, enrolling, and supporting. So I'm going to test your guys' skills. The first P is preparing, inviting, presenting, enrolling, and supporting. So you can find pipes in all of our business materials from doTERRA. Okay. And along with pipes on this team, we talk about the daily method of operation. So every day we want to be taking actionable items, income producing action steps towards building our businesses, which would be making new contacts, following up with people that have showed interest, attended a class, wanted to know more, inviting people to learn more, and then, of course, having business conversations, which goes back to what I was talking about earlier about being open and just at least sharing the business opportunity with somebody, okay? So, and that can be on a very non-threatening level. It's not like you have to be bombarding people with, come on, join my business. It's awesome. You know, it can be done very subtly, but I just think as a reminder for people so that they recognize and remember that you are building this business. And when they're ready, they're going to hopefully come back to you because they feel that connection with you because you've built that relationship and that foundation. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into what Elise's 3 habits that create massive action are. The first, I'm wondering if you guys can kind of guess. Kate and Kanani should know they were there, but I think we're in this section together. So it has to focus on your why. The number one thing she said is a belief, okay? Doubt is a mental habit that spreads to all other areas of our life. When doubt takes over, action stops. When doubt takes over, action stops. Doubt is the exact opposite of belief, okay? So we don't want to be constantly conflicted between positive and negative thoughts. There just isn't enough in our minds to withstand that. And I'm going to be really, really raw and honest with you guys right now and say that I'm really struggling in the business. And I know for a lot of you, that's surprising. I know that as the leader of this team, I try to always set an example. And I had an epic month. You know, I had an epic month. I had 8 enrollments. I had tons of nourishing of my network with customers. And yet I'm still in this place of struggle. And I have to work on these things. And I don't always do a really great job. Now, my belief in myself, though, and my belief in my why and why I share what I share, those are rock solid. And so that's what I feel really helps to propel me past these times when I'm feeling really, really overwhelmed and frustrated in my business. And so that's why we talk so much about our whys. You have to know what your why is. Why are you showing up for this call? Why do you want to build this business? Why do you continue to use the doTERRA products? Your action is all determined by your why. Okay. And we've talked a lot about how our whys evolve and change over time. And so she said that the number one thing that you have to have is a belief in yourself and a belief in the company and a belief in your why. Now, the number 2 thing that she said, which I think gets people tripped up and maybe is where I'm at a little bit, is practicing the right skill sets. Okay. So when we talk about daily habits that create massive impact, one being the why, being our belief, we have to actually practice that. Sorry, I know I moved on to 2, but I'm backtracking a little. We actually have to practice that. We have to practice, you know, daily positive affirmations. We have to practice gratitude statements. We have to practice and remind ourselves about our whys. And so when we move into the actual action items under skill set, if you're not getting the results you want, this was her quote, if you're not getting the results you want, if all of you are not, you know, seeing the enrollments that you want, or seeing the LRPs that you want, seeing maybe your leaders rise the way you want them to, maybe you don't, there's a good chance that you don't yet have the right skill set. And I think that that's a really hard thing for myself, because sometimes I'm like, well, what skill sets do I need? And then once I figure out what skill sets I need, where do I even get those skill sets from? How do I learn them? So lately, I have been investing in a lot of trainings by other leaders. Right now, I'm in a Lisa Zimmer, What Would Zimmer Do? She's a Blue Diamond. I just joined another training. And they're kind of more Facebook groups. You know, they cost $35, $45. But I'm just at this point in my business where I feel like I need more inspired action. I need to learn about other people's skill sets so that I can up-level my own. And so wherever you're at in your business right now in this moment, you know, take a minute to reflect on a skill set that you're really, really good at, and one that you probably recognize that you need to be better at. So, for example, I think that I'm really good at the skill set that comes along with our daily method of operation. I am 5 to 6 days out of the week accomplishing everything that I need to do and more when it comes to our DMO, our daily method of operation. But a skill set that I think I really struggle with is really helping to get people excited about the business. I think I hesitate about the business because I don't want people to get overwhelmed. I don't want them to get afraid. I don't want them to feel pressured. I know that there's a lot of details that go into this business. And so when people are starting out with using their oils, I feel like that's enough for them, that I shouldn't overwhelm and bombard them with more information like the business opportunity. But it's such a disservice to people because I know how much this business is so rewarding, not just on a financial level, but on a relationship level. And so I really need to find the skill set and to really get better about this. And I kind of equate it to, and I talk about this a lot, when I first started and people would ask me, how do I get started? I'd be like, buy a family essentials kit, right? Because I didn't want people to spend too much money until I knew that they love the oils. And then later, so many people came back and said, I wish I started with a bigger kit. And I felt so bad because actually I let my limiting beliefs about that affect how I shared the oils with them. I helped them make a decision based on what I felt versus on how they felt. And that's the same way I need to sort of up-level myself when it comes to presenting about the business to other people. And we could probably go deeper. I would love for somebody, because I'm almost done actually with my part tonight. I would love if a few of you guys on the call could maybe share a skill set that you feel pretty confident about, and then one that you feel like you need a little bit of work on. And then that way, I think through that sort of dialogue and discourse, we can all learn from each other and grow from each other. And if there's somebody who shares something that you struggle with, then you can look to them for some support. So, Elise Seravi, number 1 action item or daily habits to create massive impact and action is your belief in yourself and a belief in your product and the belief in your why. Practicing the right skill sets. And then her last one was having an accountability partner. And She talks about by 10 a.m. texting what you will do, and by 10 a.m. texting when you're completed. So as most of you know, and I think everyone on this call, with the exception of Tani, we're going to ease you into this part, girl. But we do a daily text thread for our daily method of operation. So my group is Kate, Kanani, Aisha, and Keisha. And then within those, Kate has her own group, Kanani has her own group. And this is our way to help really, truly keep ourselves accountable. Now, if an accountability group isn't working out for you, then this comes back to you finding the skill set and the tool set of what is going to keep you accountable. What is going to keep you accountable to create, to sort of achieve your daily action items. Because the truth is, I don't know about you guys, but left to my own devices, I am not as motivated if I don't when I put that text out there to my accountability group, I'm not worried about them judging me. I'm worried about, okay, Liz, you said you're going to do these things. Now, are you going to do them? And so she talks about the importance, and many leaders at leadership talked about this. Many leaders at leadership talked about this idea of accountability partners and the DMO. And so I really encourage you all to, think about what DMO means to you, if it's effective for you, and if it's not, communicate that, and then figure out what is, though, and have somebody, one person who is going to keep you accountable. And you don't want the person who's going to let you slide. You want the person who's going to say, hey, what's happening? You haven't checked in for a couple of days or a week. That's what you want, because we will all be that person at some point, right? The person that is not accomplishing or getting our DMO done. And so a lot of leaders talked about that. All right, I'm going to mute myself now and ask Kate and Kanan if there's anything else. I don't know if you guys were in that breakout with me. Anything that you could think of, and then that I might have missed. And then if you wouldn't mind sharing the skill set that you feel really strong in, and the one maybe that you feel like you need to improve on. And then we'll open it up to everybody else.
I just wanted to jump in first, Kate. Sorry. I'm back. No. I wanted to say, I think sometimes, like for my own personal DMO group, girls struggle with writing in, and I struggle too. Sometimes I'm not able to log onto my back office like right in the morning. I have 3 kids. They're wild. I get to work and it's crazy patients everywhere. So, but I've come to the understanding is, if I didn't get to check my back office yet and see how my whole team is doing, I still need to write in. I still need to say, like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And when I get that moment, I will check and see my OV, my overall volume, and check my retention rate, because that's important. But it's more important for you to say what you're going to do and do that. And I always knew that was important. Liza, Kate, and I talk about this a lot, but I felt like it was really something when I took time off from doTERRA. When I hit that Merry Monarch week last week, I was kind of doing a halftime DMO, which was really weird. Don't recommend that. But it's kind of just what I had to do at the moment. And then when I left on Wednesday for Merry Monarch, I literally texted everybody and said, I'm on a doTERRA break because I have to focus. But it was weird. It was really weird not doing anything doTERRA. And I think it's because you hold yourself accountable and you do it every day, as if you get up and brush your teeth and brush your hair, that when you don't do it, you feel extremely awkward, like really weird. I just have to say that because that's totally how I felt. I was constantly wanting my phone to like text or check my back office, and then they took our phones away, and then I felt like I was 12, and was really annoyed, but it's what had to happen, obviously. But
well, we realized why he had to take it away, because otherwise we'd be checking your back office.
It wasn't really for me, it was for the 20-year-olds. But anyways, but I think once you develop a routine, that's what I'm trying to say. If you're in your DMO and you're doing it every day and it's part of your routine, you can't really not do doTERRA every day. You feel weird not doing doTERRA every day. And that's, I think when you get to that point, it is a strength that you've developed, that it's part of your day. And I am not as good as Liz. Like, Liz kicks butt with DMO. But I think my strength is communication. I really try to make myself really clear, especially when I'm talking with my team, and if there may be some gaps or they're not quite understanding, how do I achieve 250? How do I achieve this? I feel like my strength is I'm really clear. I will physically map it out for you, so you know exactly like what you need to do, where to go, how to do this. So I think that's my strength. I think for my weakness, I just need more time in the day. I need time. I don't know. I just need more time. I think I gotta. I feel like I'm pretty good at time management, but maybe not, because I really feel like I need time. And when I finally sit down, like at 9 o'clock, to have this time where my kids are sleeping, it's kind of weird to be like, "Hey, so healthy habits event." Like, sister, it's 9 o'clock. So I think that's kind of my issue, just finding the right time to send out these text blasts, and it's really not at 9 o'clock at night. So
thanks, Kanan. I like the idea of, the routine, and doing something that feels like part of your normal day, so much so that when you don't do it, it feels abnormal. We haven't always done DMO. DMO is something relatively new for our team. Maybe a year? Has it even been? I don't think so. Maybe like 6 months or so, maybe a little longer. So clearly, we can all be successful in this business without DMO. But I will say, honestly, without a doubt, I have seen a huge up level in my own business because of the results of my consistency with DMO, like without a doubt. Because I wasn't always, I think when I started, in terms of enrollment and adding, I was definitely high. And then for a while I came back down. There were months that I didn't enroll anybody, or maybe one person. And that wasn't, there was months of that. And once we started really doing DMO consistently, I've really seen the effects of that. So I don't want anyone to feel like it's something they're obligated to do. I just think that it's something that we know is successful if you do it. And if it's not something that resonates with you, a process that resonates with you, then I think it's really critical that you figure out the process that's going to resonate with you. Find somebody to hold you accountable to that, and then communicate that with your leader so that they can help support you with that. Okay, Kate, your turn.
I'd have to totally agree with Kanani with the routine of the DMO. It really becomes a part of you, and even though I'm not super consistent about my times anymore that I do it, because I never know when I'm going to have those little chunks of time. But if I don't do it, I think I've done a few times at night. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't do my DMO. Where sometimes I've done the action, but I haven't just reported it, just on our, on our text. But I am not always doing everything on my list. Like, a lot of times, Liza said this before, it's like a to-do list, and I'm really good at making lists. So I usually always make the list, and maybe half the time I get it all done, because we don't always get to it, but I always have the intention, and I always know if I didn't do that thing, I always, can do it tomorrow. So, and then I'm pretty good about following up with that. So I really appreciate it. And I have to say, the girls I have on my DMO, they almost inspire me too, because I'm getting Beth's DMO at her nap time from daycare, and I'm seeing what she's doing, and she has totally rocked it with DMO. I've seen her just confidence with the business, with connecting with people, and holding herself accountable. And I know she just expressed, I think a week ago to me, just it works. Like, it works if you do it, if you stick to it. And I get Ray's and I get Lisa's, and sometimes I'm in the middle of work and I want to just stop and like do my DMO. I'm like, okay, just focus on my job right now, my one job. But as soon as I can, I always jump in there. So I love it too, because I get to see what everyone's doing too, on, of course, the business, but also what's going on with them. So I love the DMO. I'm not perfect, and no one is. So that's that. And then I was thinking about my skill sets while you were talking about that. And I feel like the support part of pipes is my strength and also my weakness, because certain parts of support I think I'm really good at. Like, I'm really good at the details with the back office, with helping people with LRPs that are processing coming up, get good at getting promos out to people, and information. However, it's really, I don't want to make an excuse, but it's hard for me to schedule membership overviews because my time is so limited. If I have a chunk of time to meet with someone, I have put that time into classes or one-on-ones more, because again, my time is limited. So that's kind of my area that I want to grow at, but it goes back to that time thing that Kanani brought up in us, with our jobs and kids. So it's balancing, I guess, which prioritizing what action is more income, creating than the other. That's my thing I need to work at.
Thanks, Kate. I love that you talked about the inspiration that you get from others, because I have to say that's how I like so many things that people do in our DMO group. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's such a great idea. I'm going to do that too. And so that's really, really helpful. And, as much as we all love the enrollment, and I've said this before, that I want to start celebrating more than just enrollments in our biz group. So please, as people start to get their 50s and 250s or host their first classes, or please feel free to give people shout outs for other things than enrollments. Longevity wise, LRPs are really having people see the value in the product and getting their monthly wellness box customized to what they need, whether that month it's, we would hope every month it's lifelong vitality, cleaning products, getting a replenishment of their favorite oils, whatever they can start to do and replace in their homes by buying from themselves and getting that sort of customized wellness kit every month. That's probably even more income producing than getting new enrollments. So it is kind of a balance, and starting to shift the way that we think about time and the way we manage time. I know that time blocking is something that I love doing. And I find like my Monday, I had nothing time blocked. I just had sort of this list to do. And I didn't end up starting work till like 2:00. I got totally distracted from the dishes and laundry and, maybe just a little bit of Netflix or something like that. Just maybe. I'm saying it could have happened. I'm not like confirming anything. And so because I didn't time block out anything and it was more of a checklist versus the days I go, okay, this hour is for this and I'm going to do this. This hour is for this, I'm going to do this. This hour I have this call. And all of a sudden, so even if your times are, shorter giving those little pockets of time that you do have, like specific action items, I find is really helpful. So that's just my suggestion. It doesn't work for everybody. And, you know, I've been where all of you guys are at with the nap time hustle and the lunchtime hustle. And you know, I find the days, I mean, I know Cry Me a River, but the days I work 3 days a week at school, it's like, it's rough. It's rough versus 2 days is nice. 3 days is now, you know, so, thanks for sharing, ladies. Anybody else want to share? Okay. No pressure. All right. So that's really it for tonight. Next week, Kate is going to be taking over the biz call. And I will be here. It'll be my link, but she will be taking over the biz call and talking about why doTERRA and why now, okay? Which is a really exciting topic because I've said this story before, but I'm going to say it again. When I walked that stage as Diamond at leadership, I did not experience the I made it feeling. I profoundly experienced the this is just the beginning feeling. It was surreal. It was exhilarating. It wasn't like I had won. It was like I just winning, if that makes sense, you know? And that is why doTERRA and why now. We are not saturated. There are so many more people that need these oils in their lives or that need wholesale memberships in their lives and not just the oils, buying from friends and family or paying retail. Okay. So, Kate's going to talk about that next week. Now, the following week, I will be in Japan with my husband. So please be on the lookout for Kate and Kanani's, one of their Zoom links. They will be hosting Zoom call links. So it will be different. And they're just going to be doing a healthy habits recap. And so you guys will be able to just connect. And then, you know, not everyone will be able to have gone to the business. I think we'll focus more on the business portion for that call, just because more people will be at the product portion. So we'll focus more on the business portion. All right. Anybody have any announcements or anything else they want to share tonight? Hi, Mom. Okay, I'll unmute you.
I just wanted to say that when you were talking, you mentioned the monthly wellness box, and all of a sudden it just hit me that this is a really nice way to remind people of what really works for them. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because this past week, I just got so off track. I always put my vitamin packs together for the whole week. And I skipped some days. I took one pack in the morning, and then that evening I forgot. And then the next day I forgot. So by the time it caught up with me, can you hear? Oh, by the time it caught up with me, my body was just like tanking. And when you mentioned the monthly wellness kit, or wellness box, I just thought of something that maybe we should, just for myself, just to remind myself, these are the minimum things you have to do for you, just for me. That's the one thing that I am really good about normally is I use the oils. I use my wellness stuff. I'm diffusing. I got this new diffuser in my car. I have, just a really good routine about taking my vitamins. And yet this past week I didn't. And it just made such a difference for me to just say, wow, what was I missing? How did I get off track? So I just wanted to bring that up about the monthly wellness box. It's just a nice little ring to say, hey, what's in your wellness box, right? I don't know. That sounded kind of weird, but just taking care of myself, it
sounded a little like you hijacked Capital One's tagline of what's in your wallet, but it does sound good. It does sound good.
But it was your words.
No, it's not. It's not. It's in other foreign markets, they don't call it LRP. Their boxes literally say wellness box. So
Wow.
it's not my words. It's because a lot of people on social media, that's what they're picking up on, what other foreign markets are calling their monthly LRP boxes.
Wow, but I like that.
Yeah, no, it's great. And so now a lot of people are making graphics that are describing it more as a customized wellness box.
Well,
Your
what's in your
personalized wellness box. Yeah. So
thanks,
all right.
Michelle.
Yeah, of course. And I totally agree. I honestly have to say, I think that's why I've been funky this week, because I haven't been, it's like, I think I took my LLV and then I realized I didn't, or I'll take half. I really got to get back into a solid routine with it. So I know that makes a huge difference. All right, everybody. Well, let's take our quick pick. I'm sad Toddy wasn't here for our pick. I can't seem to figure out. Okay, there's enough light on my face, but not too much to like. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, smile. I don't know if I clicked it. All right. Okay, everybody. Well, as usual, thank you for showing up for yourselves, showing up for your team, showing up for your businesses. I am super, super, super excited about healthy habits. We will talk the Wednesday night prior, but it's going to be such an epic event. I'm super excited for it. So I hope you guys all have a great rest of your week, and love and appreciate y'all. See you later.